Hey guys, Griever here, and I just wanted to make this quick message before we get underway with the Let's Play for Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke Challenge. And that message is very quick and very simple. This is a re-recording from my old channel. For those of you who don't know, my old channel was copyright striked up the yin yang, and now I have started this new channel. But I still loved some of my older content, and I know that a lot of people did actually enjoy my older content. Though this Let's Play is very rough, and I use my real name, which is, of course, Mitch or Mitchell. I go by Mitchell, just so you guys are aware. And in this video, you will see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of haphazard. It was my first commentary. It was my first time I actually got a headset with a microphone. It was my actual first videos on YouTube. So try to be a little bit more kind. I'm not as polished, though I'm not very polished now. I'm not as polished as I used to be, so bear with me a little bit. The sound quality is not as great, but this is more of a nostalgia factor for me, if anything else. And in light of Detective Pikachu movie coming out and stuff, I just thought, you know what, I'll re-upload these videos. Now, these were done in parts that were very short, 8 to 12 minutes, and so you might see some bad splicing in between parts because I'm not going to upload all 60 odd parts of this. I'm going to be compiling them into much shorter videos by adding 5 to 6, 7, maybe even 10 parts, depending on the length of the videos, into one YouTube video. So that being said, guys, please try to enjoy the videos and let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. I'd like to do another Let's Play of Pokemon, especially a Nuzlocke one, soon in the future. So this is me coming back to that sort of style of doing stuff on YouTube. So please enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mitchell doing my first Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge on audio recording. I have posted a couple in the past that were failures or incomplete ones, but this is my first time gonna do an actual commentary on it. The reason I've never done that before is because, honestly, I suck at it. So if you guys could just bear with me a little bit, it's my first time doing this, so comment section, be a little nice to me. Constructive criticism is great to hear, though. So anyways, let's get started with Pokemon Yellow version, Nuzlocke. First things first, I'm going to be switching the text speed to fast and the battle style to set. That is a Nuzlocke rule as far as I'm aware, is that you need to put the set battle style in place. So let's get started. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. The world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? Now, I did a few tests going forward with this video idea, and I realized one thing is that in the older games, my full name doesn't fit, and I do go by Mitchell when people ask. Some people do take to just calling me Mitch, but I don't really have a choice here, so that's what I'm going to be going with. Right, so your name is Mitch. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. What was his name again? Oak's Alzheimer's, it's acting up. I always liked the fact that they actually added, in the yellow version, they made the sprite of your rival look more like Gary from the TV series. That was always a nice little addition. Since Blue is, you know, obviously a classic one, and I didn't call myself Ash, but I've never gone with the third option here. And I'm not going to do something like a 13-year-old and name him like Asshat or Douchebag or whatever. So I'm just going to go with John for this one. That's right, I remember now. His name is John. Mitch, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Now, obviously, guys, this is a standard Nuzlocke challenge. All the rules will be in the description for those of you who
don't really know what that means, or you do, but I might be doing something a little different than ones you've seen before or the ones you guys do. These are just the ones I do, but the rules I follow will be in the description. There is one, as far as I'm aware, special rule, and that is an item clause. I'm not going to get into it right now, but it will be in the description for you guys to follow. But I just want to get underway here and not bore you guys with just me talking and walking back and forth in this three-house town. So let's get going. Hey, wait, don't go out. That was close. Wow, Pokemon live in tall grass. You don't say. Now this I always found kind of weird, how this, I understand, for the game, but the fact that Oak could catch literally the only Pikachu in existence in Pokemon Yellow. And he did it right outside of his house. Woo! Pokemon can appear anytime in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. John? Why are you here already? I said for you to come by later. Whatever, just wait there. Look, Mitch, do you see that ball on the table? It's called a Pokeball. It holds a Pokemon inside. You may have it. Go on, take it. Hey, Gramps, what about me? Be patient, John. I'll give you one later. Yeah, that's right. I get the Pokemon. Or not? No way, Mitch. I want this Pokemon. John snatched the Pokemon. John, what are you doing? Gramps, I want this one. But oh, alright then. That Pokemon is yours. I was going to give you one anyway. Mitch, come over here. So, what? You're not going to stick up for me? You were supposed to give me that Pokemon, What the hell? Mitch, this is the Pokemon that I caught earlier. You can have it. I caught it in the wild, and it's not tame yet. So, let me get this straight. You had a tame one for me that he was going to give me, and then because his greedy little grandson wanted one, you're sticking me with the wild animal that, could kill. I don't. And of course, since this is a Nuzlocke, guys, we are going to be nicknaming all the Pokemon. Obviously, I'm a little lame, as you guys can probably already tell. For one thing, I'm new at this, and another thing that I'm just not that clever or funny in general. So, I'm just going to be naming them pretty basic names. Pikachu's going to be Sparky, and yes, I will be using him because it is yellow version. Might as well go with Pikachu, root for the underdog. Alrighty, let's get underway. Wait, Mitch, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. And let's see what he's got. Johnson and Eevee. Now, I know a lot of people, sometimes when they start a Nuzlocke, like, I've never actually lost a rival battle before. And, whenever I've played the game normally. And, but I find, like, I lost my first ever one when I first decided to do a Nuzlocke for the first time. And I found that so weird because it's like, I never would lose one normally. Then all of a sudden when I wanted to start a Nuzlocke, I finally lost my first one. And, well, thankfully I didn't lose this one here. But, I mean, these battles are pretty close. And I just seem to have gotten lucky, for the most part it seems. So I defeated John. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. Well, there wasn't really any to pick from. There was only one, but... Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Mitch Gramps, smell you later. What? Would you look at that? It's odd, but it appears that your Pikachu dislikes Pokeballs. You should just keep it with you. That should make it happy. You can talk to it and see how it feels about you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how Pikachu here feels about me. Well, that's really encouraging, Pikachu. Yeah. So anyways, let's get underway, guys. Now, obviously, we are going to be talking to some people that I remember who give items. Obviously, this guy works at the Pokemon Mart, and he does give items. A potion. To explain that item clause a little better for you guys, if you're a little confused, the item clause is something I found when I was looking up Nuzlocke rules for the first time, and I wanted the extra challenge. And what it basically means is that anything I find, anything I'm given in the game as an item is fair game, obviously other than a revive. Because once a Pokemon dies, they are dead in a Nuzlocke challenge. But other than that, I cannot go to a Pokemon Mart and buy anything. It adds a certain extra level of difficulty to the game, I've found. Especially since, you know, you're going to be really limited for the Elite Four, which I think there's an extra clause for that you can buy a limited number of potions for fighting the Elite Four. But we'll get into that later when we get closer to it. I'll have to look up the rules again. But yeah, so that's the rule I'm going to follow. The only thing I'm allowed to buy from this Pokemon Mart is 5 Pokeballs per town, or Great Balls, or Ultra Balls, or anything like that. So I hope that clears it up a little bit, or maybe it confused some of you even further than the description in the video. I don't know. Alright, so, hey, you came from Palatown. You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him? Mitch got Oak's parcel. Well, I guess I don't really have a choice, but yeah, sure. I'll be a delivery boy. I find that kind of funny that the moment I start on my journey, I got my Pokemon. I am ready to go, you know, catch some wild Pokemon and everything. And then I just run straight back. Like, that's just, I don't get it. And we're fighting a Pidgey. Now I know some of you guys would not count this route yet because we haven't been possibly able to get Pokeballs yet, so running into the Pokemon don't count. That's all fine and good for some games. More so I know for a fact the Gold and Silver games, and I think the Diamond and Pearl, where you run into 2 or 3 routes at least, and that kind of puts a real damper on it. Or maybe you like the challenge. In this particular one, you're only missing out on this one route, so I'm just going to be playing this route. I've already ran into a Pokemon. It no longer counts. I cannot catch a Pokemon on Route 1. But every other route will be open to me, so it's not that big a deal. So yeah, just in case some of you guys are wondering why I'm not going to be going back to catch a Pokemon once I get my Pokeballs. Alright, so a Pidgey. I find that pretty trippy how were they just trying to show off the Game Boy Color aspect when doing that? I don't know. We're back. Oh, Mitch, how's my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What, you have something for me? Mitch delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, this is a custom Pokeball I ordered. Thanks, Mitch. By the way, I must ask you to do something for me. Gramps. Ah, there comes the little bitch. Gramps, my Pokemon has grown stronger. Check it out. Ah, John, good timing. I needed to ask both of you to do something for me. On the desk there is my invention, Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Mitch and John, take these with you. Mitch got the Pokédex from Oak, or sorry, just Pokédex, not the. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't do it. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Mitch, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Mitch. Haha. Well, that was a mean fucking thing to do. I always found that a little strange that he would say that, because it has no bearing on the rest of the game. I mean, I can go to this house right now, and his sister will give me a town map and mention nothing about not giving me one, or like shush, don't tell my brother or anything, as far as I'm aware. But I'm actually not going to grab one. I haven't played this game in a long time, but I'm pretty sure I remember where to go. And obviously the item, I believe, yeah, it's the old-fashioned item system. Nothing's organized and stuff, and you do have limited space, and the last thing I want to do is find a rare candy or something on the ground, or TM, that I can't pick up because I'm holding onto a town map or something that I'm just not going to use. So we're not going to be getting that key item. But anyways, guys, that's it for video number 1. This is only part 1 of a whole series. I'm going to get as far as I can, and hopefully I complete this Nuzlocke. As I said before, I've never done one with this item clause before, so this is my first audio commentary game recording. So obviously I'm very new at it, I'm very amateur at it, so any tips, pointers, things you like, things you don't like, that would really help. Just put a comment, you know. As always, be respectful, but at the same time, you know, tell me like it is, and I'll see what I can do to make this better. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and we'll see you later. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mitchell back here, ready for part 2 of my Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke challenge. Just a note on the rules right before we get started here. I did happen to think that some of these rules were more core rules when I first started. It happens to be that when I looked it up, some of these rules were a lot more optional. They're all still in the description, but I thought there were a lot more core rules than there actually are for a Nuzlocke challenge. Any explanation you guys need, just send me a comment or a message, or however you want to do it. I think the explanations are pretty straightforward. In regards to the yellow clause rule that's in the description, I'm not that popular on YouTube right now anyways, so I can't ask my subscribers to take a poll on how to vote for this, but I could find no clear consensus on what to do about the 3 starters that are given to you in Pokemon Yellow. And because that is a major aspect of the game, that's one of the features of it, I wasn't really sure, should I follow rule number 5 in the core rules or not. So what I've decided to do is, like some people do, is use the trainer ID number to determine which one I get, and I can only have one. That rule, how it works, is explained in the description, but right here what I'm showing you is that my ID number ends in a 3, so I can choose the Bulbasaur if I want it. So I can get the Bulbasaur if I make it that far. I believe that's in Cerulean City. So that will be the one I get, but that means I cannot receive Charmander or Squirtle, respectively. So with that being said, I hope that clears up some information for you guys if you're a little confused. And anyways, let's get underway here. So we're just continuing on now to Viridian City again. We got the Pokedex, and we are just heading out. Now, as I said before in the first video, Route 1 is not going to count because obviously I've already been here. Here's a Pokemon, and I don't have Pokeballs yet. In some versions of different games, obviously it's a little different because, I mean, you can go through 3, 4, 5 different routes, I think, in some versions before you receive Pokeballs, and that would make it almost an unfair way to play. So but in this particular one, we only use one route. It's Pidgeys and Ratatats. That's it. So I'm not that worried about it. I do like both of these Pokemon. It would be cool to have one. I've never really used Eradicate before, so that would have been nice. But I mean, there's plenty of other Ratatats and other areas in the game. So, and once again, guys, I apologize. I believe I said this in the first part. I apologize for the sound. That's why I have recorded the sound of the game on an extremely low volume, because it is extremely glitchy. I did try to record just the audio of me recording my voice and my commentary. However, what I found tended to happen was it was very dull. My voice isn't exactly Morgan Freeman's or Jack Nicholson's or anybody that people like to listen to. So what I decided to do was I would record the audio anyway at a lower volume. If it is a little scratchy and glitchy, I apologize. That's just I'm using Fraps and an emulator to record this, and normally it does work, but sometimes my computer is not the be-all and end-all by any means, so just bear with me on that, guys. So anyway, the first thing we are going to do is we are obviously going to buy 5 Pokeballs. That is part of the Pokeball clause limit. That I can only buy 5 per town. So here we go. We are going to go to our first route, which is across to the left here, and we're going to find what our first Pokemon is. And let's find out what we get, guys. We have a Mankey. Now that would actually be really great to have, only because I'm not sure if he'll survive a Thunder Shock, but I got a chance because I know he won't really be caught. There we go. Alright. I'm really overestimating this Pikachu if I thought one Thunder Shock would kill a Mankey. But this will really help me out because obviously the first gym leader will be Brock, and if I don't find things that are at least regularly effective against him, I'm going to be in serious trouble. So we caught a Mankey. Pig Monkey, an agile Pokemon that lives in trees. It angers easily and will not hesitate to attack anything. And of course we are going to nickname our Mankey. It's going to be a Primeape. It's a fighting type Pokemon. Keeping with the theme of being cheesy and such, I'm going to name this one Drago, after the Rocky IV villain. I believe it's spelled with an A-G-O. It might be Drogo, I don't know. But that's what we're going to go with for our big man Drago. So there we go. That is our first catch, and actually that was a really great catch. In my test runs that I had to do for audio and recording, as I said, this is my first time, so obviously I had to do a couple of hit and miss recordings before. And this one in particular, I got really lucky in that patch of grass, so that is why I went there rather than going straight up, guys. I actually, on a couple of run-throughs, I got Nidoran female, which is great for me because of Nidoqueen, Nidoran male in the other one. I never did get a Mankey this time. This is the first time getting the Mankey, which is great. But I've been really lucky in that patch of grass, and I was hoping that when I finally did the official one, I would be just as lucky, so seemed to work out. So we're also going to go up here and see what we find up here for a catch. I've had my coffee now and I feel great. Sure, you can go through. I'm sorry I was so rude to you. I see you're using a Pokédex. I'll show you how to catch Pokemon as my apology. I find it kind of weird that he knows what a Pokédex is, and anybody else that might know what a Pokédex is in this game, considering, from what I understood, Professor Oak just invented it. You know, it's his latest, newest invention. And obviously the old man isn't very good at catching Pokemon. That didn't work. I must be losing my touch. I've run out of Pokeballs too. I have to get some at Pokemon Mart. You do that. Obviously, guys, I was supposed to try to go through here like we all did when we were kids, I guess. But obviously I knew better. I knew I had to go straight to the Pokemon Mart. So, alright, we're on our route number 2. So we have one more shot at another Pokemon. So let's see what we get in this particular patch. And we get a level 3 Pidgey. That's not too bad. Unfortunately, he'll probably die from this. And I'm not sure if I really want to waste that many Pokeballs on him. He's definitely going to die. I don't really want to take a chance with my Mankey switching out right now. So I'll throw a couple of Pokeballs at him, see if I'm going to be lucky. And if not, I'm just going to have to kill it. That's unfortunate, but I know I'm super effective, and I'm too worried about taking a critical hit or something foolish. Well, that's going to be it for that one, guys. That kind of sucks. I should have thought about that. Pidgeys being really common in the grass and everything. And look at that, a critical hit. There was no chance he was going to live. So That's my bad, guys. I guess I should have switched to him before. Either way, no big deal. We're now going to enter Viridian Forest to try and catch one more guy, because we're going to be doing some training right away, early on. Because from what I remember, the trainers in here are, I mean, they only have Weedles and Kakunas and stuff, but pretty bad, so. And we get a level 6 Caterpie now. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm going to be using Mankey to catch this guy. Hopefully, he is only a Caterpie, so it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to see how much a tackle does. Not bad. Hopefully, he doesn't get critical hits or anything. And just to be on the safe side, I am going to switch out. I like to play it a little safe. Pikachu, sorry, should be able to take a few more hits than my Mankey right now. And I would really like to catch a Caterpie because, you know, I know that sounds a little weird, guys, but, shit. But a Psybeam, you know, or Psychic attacks from a Butterfree would be pretty helpful in late game. And it looks like I messed up, guys, so I guess I won't be getting this one either. So this isn't really the greatest start, obviously, to a Nuzlocke challenge. I've messed up on 2 of the first couple of routes now. And that's really unfortunate because I was looking forward to having a Butterfree there. As I was saying before, the Psychic abilities would have been really helpful. Obviously, I do allow fleeing. For obvious reasons right here. Because I don't want my Pokemon to faint. I know some people do have that rule, but from what I read, it is an optional rule. So I'm not going to be following it. Just because I've already been a little strict on myself here, I think. Obviously, it's a little more challenging than a standard Nuzlocke with no buying extra items. But yeah, so now we're going to do some training. Now, I know for a lot of you who ever have used an emulator, you can use the spacebar to speed up progress, and that's great for you guys and everything. But I find I mess up more often than not. I did it, if you guys happen to watch my Ruby walkthrough before I started audio recording, I did use that, and unfortunately I've lost a couple of Pokemon just by training them because I'm going too fast. So I will be leaving the recording of the training in, just for the sheer reason that I don't see a point in cutting it, but I will be speeding it up in a video editor, so it won't be sped up right now in gameplay, but it will be sped up when the final product, while you guys are watching it. So. Now, of course, guys, if you guys see me doing something wrong or against the rules, please let me know. I record a few of these at a time when I get the chance. You know, I do have other things, obviously, going on in my life, and I just I don't have time to exactly be recording every single day, even though they are only shorter videos. So I do tend to record 2 or 3 at a time. Generally, and then I cut it up into segments. So if you guys see that I made a mistake or something, please post it as soon as possible on any of the videos, and I'll be sure to find out how I can correct it or change it, and hopefully it's not a big mistake or anything like that, and it gets cleared up really quick. But it's just for me, so I don't keep making the same mistake throughout the thing, and then the Nuzlocke doesn't even really count. Now, in case any of you guys are wondering, I have actually beaten many of the Pokemon games. I don't do competitive battling. I've been trying to get into it a little bit, but I've been caught up doing other things and just haven't had really the time. I am fully aware of how to get IVs and breed and EV training and all that stuff. So I'm not uneducated in how to play Pokemon properly, but I have not played Gen 1 games in a very long time. So if you guys see me not utilizing exploits from the original generation games, whether it's certain move combos or whatever, that's because I haven't really played these in quite a long time. I've been mostly playing the newer games, X and Y, and of course Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Mostly for me, just for enjoyment purposes. And all my Nuzlocks have been either in the 3rd gen games or the 4th gen, so I haven't really been back to the original series in quite a long time. So yeah, so I apologize if you guys see me forgetting a move when, you know, one of my Pokemon learned or something that I could easily use to, you know, win easier or whatever you guys think. I'm just trying to get that clear across to you that this has been a long time for me, so just bear with me with that. And if you do see something like I've been holding on to a TM for a long time and I should be, you know, I mean, I'm open to suggestions, guys, so if you guys just want to you know, leave a comment or whatever, that is much appreciated. Okay guys, so that was mostly just to get Mankey up to speed so that I'm not forced to constantly be switching out, especially with the battle set mode on. It would be a lot more difficult, you know, to train him properly, and he would start lagging behind. And Mankey will be a huge help against Brock as long as I keep him trained up and hopefully learn his fighting move soon. As I said, I'm trying to, I believe I said in the last part, that I'm trying to stay off of sites like Cerebi and that kind of stuff. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong for you guys out there. But I'm trying to stay off of all the different guides and the like. Now, I'm not going to be fighting my rival just yet. I like to go through a couple of trainers in Viridian Forest first, grab a couple items, then come back when I'm closer to his level. I believe he has a level 10 and a level 9. If I'm wrong about that, I'll find out soon enough. But anyways, guys, that'll probably do it for part 2. And part 3 will probably be a double part because that was just me basically catching my first Pokemon and training him up. So we'll probably release this video both at the same time. But please watch both, like both. I know I'm kind of slow at this at first, but once we get going, it should be a lot more exciting. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions or comments or any constructive criticism for me, just leave a comment, tell me what I can change or what you like about it. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you later. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back for part 3 of my Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke challenge. It's Mitchell once again. Thanks guys for watching and liking thus far. So we're going to get right underway here. We're right where we left off in Viridian City. As I explained at the end of the last video, I will be going up to Viridian Forest with my Mankey and my Pikachu, and we'll see what happens up here. Unfortunately, for those just tuning in or just starting to watch it, I did unfortunately not catch a couple of Pokemon, a couple of bad choices on my part. Sorry guys, right off the bat. It's unfortunate, but I mean that's the way it goes. I mean there's no do-overs in a Nuzlocke. You know, you mess up, you live with it, right? So anyway, we're gonna get started here. Now I believe there is an item up here further, and yes guys, I like to walk in the tall grass because I mean it's just good experience for me rather than me grinding every episode for, you know, a speed run. So now we get a Metapod. Now once again I messed up catching a level 6 Caterpie in here, which would have been awesome. It would have been great to get that. One more level, it would have been a Metapod, a couple more levels of Butterfree, as I was explaining. Psychic back in Generation 1 was overpowered. Now I know Butterfree was a bug flying, I believe, even back then, and you know that's it was more his weakness that made them more powerful. But still, Psybeam and Psychic both were overpowered moves, and it would have been nice to have it. But who knows, we might get lucky later on. So anyway, here's our first trainer. So we're going to go against them right off the bat. I think that is a trainer. As I said, I haven't played this game in a while, guys, so you know, once again, if I miss certain guys that might give me items or anything like that, I apologize for that. So these metapods in this forest, I don't believe there is Kakuna or Weedles in yellow version. I always found that weird, but they are not here. But metapods in this game do give great experience just for the simple fact that they do not attack. Hi, do you have a Pikachu? Why, it's walking right behind me, but yeah. Very observant, lass. So, last one's fight sends out a Nidoran female. Well, it's a good thing I trained up because obviously she has level 6. So, I should be okay. Critical hit's kind of unfortunate, and that's the one thing I find you really have to watch out with Nuzlocke. You can't really take chances at low health. I still do it, and I probably will be a victim of critical hit deaths, but they are part of the challenge. They are part of the game, so you just have to account for those, you know. And that wasn't too bad. And she's got another one, this one a Nidoran male, so. Now I'm a little intimidated by that Leer. Oh, I'm gonna go for one more scratch, but then I'm gonna call it quits because that's kind of scary. I know I can survive another hit, guys, but once again, you know, scared of those critical hits, especially early on where I don't have a whole full party. I mean, right now potentially I could have a full 4 Pokemon party. Sorry, not full, but you guys know what I mean. I could have quite a few, and unfortunately I didn't catch 2 out of the 3 possibles, so you know, I'm being a little more cautious just to start off, guys. So I got 90 bucks from the last. That's pretty good. Mankey's or sorry, I keep using their Pokemon name. Drago's doing all right there. I'll probably go this way a little bit, just see what's over here first. And I believe it's only yellow version that you can find Pidgeys in. If not that, I know for a fact Pidgeotto is in Viridian Forest. I actually happened to catch one on my first run through. And see, that is what I'm scared of, guys, right there. Critical hits like that, you know. I got lucky there, but I shouldn't have even, you know, chanced that, you know. I know, and for those of you wondering who might wonder why that wasn't super effective, you know, that is because Gust back in the day was only a normal type move. So just for those of you wondering, no, I did not hack the game so that I would survive or anything like that. So obviously we have to run back and heal right away. But I think we're in a pretty good spot where I can probably go up against my rival in this version. I believe I called him John, just because I never did call him the third name before. So we are going to head out and do that once I heal up my team. Of course, as some of you guys are wondering, I could probably just, you know, as I said before, level up, you know, my Drago there and probably Sparky and get them so that there's no chance, but you know, that I could lose. But sometimes I don't really find that as fun. Like, I mean, it'd be pretty simple a Nuzlocke overall if I just sat here and level grinds to 15 here and then go to Pewter City, go to 20, and then, you know, by the time you exit Mount Moon, you're 25, almost 30, you know, like, you know, that's not the point of a Nuzlocke. It's, you know, obviously normal grinding and the like. So anyway, I believe he starts off with a Pidgey, or in yellow it's a Spearow, I believe. So we are going to go for the type advantage right from the get-go. So here we go, guys. Hey, Mitch, you're going to Pokemon League? Forget it. You probably don't have any badges. The guard won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Well, they did, and I have more than one now, so alright. John wants to fight, and send out to Spearow. So I was right. Level 9. See, now I believe his Eevee's level 10. No, wait. Now see, as I said, guys, I don't really remember this that well for this game, so I think this one's actually the higher level one. So the Eevee's level 8, I believe. But that type advantage, obviously, guys, really helped me out there. That was, you know, no problem for me. Now the battle set type obviously is set, so I didn't have a chance to switch out to Mankey, even though that would have been nice. I know Mankey doesn't have any fighting type moves now, but obviously I'm not really having much trouble dealing with his team as it stands, so would have been an unnecessary change. The accuracy falling is kinda wrecking my day here, because if he gets enough tail whips off and a critical hit, I'm gonna be in some trouble. So I'm gonna go for one more and see that it works, and it does. Alright. I was considering switching out there, guys, just to be on the safe side. You know, no tail whips, everything's neutral again, no sand attacks, but it worked out in the end. You know, as I said before, I'm just playing it safe because I kind of messed up in the first couple routes catching my Pokemon. So I defeated John, so there we go. Ah, you just lucked out and got 280, so that's not bad. Not that money's going to be very useful, as I said before, because I'm not using the Pokemon Mart. So I heard Pokemon League has many tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. Well, I'll do just that. Thanks for that. So there we go, guys. Obviously, I now am basically just like him. Got a 9 and an 8. But obviously right now I do have type advantage, and I'll have even better type advantage soon enough, because I'm going to get a fighting move with Drago pretty soon here. So would have been nice to catch the level 5 Mankey, come to think of it. You guys might be seeing me, this might be annoying for you guys. You might see me just running around haphazardly in the grass everywhere I go, rather than just grind, because I mean, I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of grinding just over and over every episode, as I said. So I like to just, you know, fight a couple random battles, you know, run around in circles a few times and then keep going, just so I don't have to do as much grinding, and it's not as dull and everything like that. So I'm pretty sure, you know, anybody watching can probably suffer through a couple of random wild Pokemon battles as I get on with the story. So anyway, guys, here we go to the next part. So we are going to be heading to Viridian Forest, and we probably won't be coming back, obviously, or we probably will be, sorry, for the Pokemon Center. Because as I said before, I like to kind of take the grass route rather than the easy non-tall grass route, just to keep my Pokemon fairly leveled. So we'll see how that works out. I'll probably be running back here a few times. So as I said, guys, obviously leave me comments, leave me criticisms. I can take it, you know. I'm not you know, I'm not against that. I appreciate it, you know. Obviously anybody posting anything, you know, just not constructive and it's just criticism, well, you know, thanks for that, but no, really, you can keep it to yourself. But no, seriously, guys, like, I find it helpful. As I said, I'm new to this, so any help would be greatly appreciated. And if I'm talking too much, if I'm not describing enough what's going on, anything like that, guys, just please let me know. I can shut up more, or I can talk more, or I can describe more, or whatever you guys think. Just you just gotta let me know. That's the only way I can improve these things. So, and once again, it is just really unfortunate I did not get that Caterpie. Catching a level 6 early on in the game would have been so nice. Very little training involved. Would have had a Butterfree really soon. You know, it would have been a great asset to the team having, I mean, because I believe in yellow version, he gets confusion. I didn't know this, that the moveset pool slightly changed changes by level for some of the Pokemon in Yellow version. I didn't know that as a kid. I found that out later, and so now I know that. So you know, I'm sure that Butterfree, once he evolves into a Butterfree, he does learn Confusion right off the bat. And I mean, not that great a move overall, but a Psychic type move is once again pretty overpowered in this game. It's pretty useful, and by the time he's high level, he gets Psybeam. So I ran out of Pokeballs to catch Pokemon with. You should carry extras. Well, I only have one left, so. And here we go for our first trainer battle since we came in here. Hey, you have Pokemon. Come on, let's battle him. Let me guess, it's going to be a bud catcher. I can't even talk to you guys. Sorry about that. Level 7, that's not bad. Obviously, I like to use the experience from the trainers like anybody else. You know, I don't like to waste it. I like to utilize it as best I can. But once again, this is a Nuzlocke, so it's not all about catching the best Pokemon or trying to raise them the right. You know what I mean? It's just about having a challenge and using Pokemon you may not normally have thought of using, and rather than going for the overpowered and you know, overused Pokemon. Now I can hear that cackling in the background, guys. For the oh, Drago learned Low Kick, so finally he has a fighting type move. Sorry, I can hear the cackling, so I know that the sound quality is really bad from this emulator. Usually in the battles with the high-pitched noises, it really is really bad. But that's why it's very low. As I said, I'm not really sure how it comes out when I'm recording. I only find out afterwards, and obviously I'm not going to keep redoing it hoping for the audio not to crack. So that would kind of defeat the purpose of a Nuzlocke. So just bear with that. It is on low volume, so hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But anyways, guys, that was our first trainer battle since we came in here. Not counting the last, obviously, but the first one that we're making progress, and we're going to keep going through. I'm hoping to be able to go straight through and straight onto Pewter City, and then maybe come back for items or anything like that. A little bit of grinding, but hopefully I won't have to make the trek all the way back to Viridian City and just go all the way back through the forest. So that's going to be it for part 3. Leave a comment, guys. Thanks for watching, and like my videos if you like them. If you don't, obviously you know where the thumbs down button is. But anyway, that'll be it for now, and we'll see you later. What is going on, guys? We are back for part 4 of the Yellow version Nuzlocke, and we are just going to get right underway here. I'm exactly where I left off before, and we are going to continue onwards. Now, as you guys can tell, I try to keep my Pokemon roughly the same level. I keep switching them out for that very reason. And for those just tuning in, if you're wondering why I only have the 2 Pokemon this far in, it is because I did mess up catching some Pokemon on some routes, including in the Viridian Forest. So, we are just going to continue on into our second trainer battle. You can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. Sorry guys, I might have read that wrong. I skipped it without really thinking. So let's see what this guy's got. He's got a Metapod, of course. He is a bug catcher, so we're going to go with Sparky to start off. Once again, I try to keep my Pokemon around the same level. You know, so 1 and 1 right now, obviously. They're both level 9. Keep Pikachu about 1 level higher. And if I haven't said it before, guys, yes, I am going to be using the Pikachu because it is Yellow version. That is the point, you know, of Yellow version, to use the special Pikachu. So, you know, otherwise I probably would have just done Red or Blue version. So, and that was a very fast level 10. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves here. The Metapods, obviously, with the trainer XP boost, is really handy for training. And so I'm hoping that by the time we get to Pewter City, obviously I'll be able to buy some more Pokeballs and stuff. And for those of you wondering, Route 2, as far as I'm aware, still counts when I exit Viridian Forest. That patch of grass right above there is still considered Route 2. I always thought so, and just because of the way Diglett's Cave later in the game connects, it's all one area. So just if you guys are wondering why I'm not catching a Pokemon there, for those of you who don't know, it is the same route. I failed to catch a Pokemon on that route, so I don't get a second chance, obviously. So now obviously we're going to want this Mankey high enough level to fight Brock's Onix, because that's really all I'm going to have to work with because I messed up. So and it's really lucky to be finding those potions and the like, because as I said, no items from the Pokemon Mart, so with the exception obviously of the Pokeballs. So, and I'm really hoping, I mean, a Pidgeotto would be great experience, but you know, they are so rare, and it would really suck to run into one knowing it could have been my first one. You know, in my first playthrough of Pokemon Yellow when I was a kid, I did happen to find one very early on, and obviously I did catch it. So I'm gonna be the best. You just can't beat me. Well, he might be right. I don't think he is, guys, but you know, there's always a chance. Once again, guys, I know that sound is bad. I should stop apologizing for that, obviously. I know you guys are getting sick of me saying it, but I just, from where you guys can hear it and what I can hear are two different things. When I record, I listen to it full volume, just so I know what's going on. I don't really like to hear myself talk while I record, so I do hear the audio on full blast, and it really bugs the shit out of me. So yeah, that's why I keep apologizing for it, because really it's just bugging me, and it's what's on my mind at the time. Well, it's great that now Drago is level 10. Obviously, we will switch back into our Pikachu after the end of this battle. Unfortunately, once again, the set function is on, and I don't really have the option of switching easily. Obviously, I could have done that for the Metapod. I didn't really think, but splitting the experience either way. So after all I did, well, he did try. Well, this will be really great, guys, if I manage to get out of here without having to obviously go back to Viridian City. If I can make it past the next couple trainers. I think there's only one left. There might be two, but I'm pretty sure there's only one in Pokemon Yellow. So if I get out of here, then I can just heal up my guys and start training in the grass right outside. And if you guys are wondering, the reason I don't train in that grass, the reason I do train in Viridian Forest itself, is simply Metapods. Metapods are a second evolution. They're about the same level as anything else. This one's a level 6, for example. Not bad for this area, and it's going to give me more experience just for that simple fact. Outside of Pewter City, it's simply Pidgeys, Rattatats, I believe maybe a Nidoran family or something like that. But overall, like, that level 6 gave me 61. I have done the comparison before, and I believe you do get luckier with the Metapods. So they're not that uncommon in here. So, and we're getting really lucky on these potions, which is great. The more I have, the better, because I'm going to need to save up everything I can. And here we go into the last trainer battle. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? And he's got a level 10 Caterpie, so that should be pretty good experience for my Pikachu. And that is one done Caterpie. I give, you're good at this. I am. And that'll be it for the trainers in Viridian Forest, and I made it out. I don't think these guys have anything to give me. Many Pokemon live only in forests and caves. You need to look everywhere to get different kinds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the old man doesn't give me anything either. So, obviously, as I said once again, this patch of grass is still Route 2. I failed to catch one before Viridian Forest, so... And now we're into the Gray Town. And we're at the Pokemon Center. So obviously guys, this is all I have to go up against Brock. Obviously I'm going to start my grind here. There's a Jigglypuff. I believe this guy right here gives me a tour to the gym and everything, but I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm pretty sure you recognize Pewter City for what it is. Obviously, now that I am in a new place, I can buy 5 more Pokeballs. Obviously, I'm not allowed to buy anything else, so there we go. I don't believe any other items or TMs are in here. I believe I can get an old amber here. I'm not sure about the ruling on that. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to revive a fossil because it's a gift. And with the exception of the starter choices in yellow, all gift Pokemon the $500 Magikarp at the next Pokemon Center. Trades in game, everything is not allowed, so I will not be doing it. I will not be grabbing the old amber. So here we're going to start the grind, guys. Obviously this might be a little long. But as I said before, I know the emulator can speed up the process, but I'm going to just speed it up in the video editor for simple preference on my own reasoning. I tend to mess up when I speed up the gameplay and do it that way, so obviously the music you'll hear in the background and the battle starts and stops will be out of sync because I'll be recording over the sped up version. There may be slight pauses in it, I don't know. I'm not that great using you know, audio changes and the like, so but yeah, we're just gonna go with this for now, and if it works, great. If I need to change it, guys, if you guys aren't happy with the way I'm doing it, just let me know. So if any of you have watching have done similar Nuzlocke challenges, or are wondering why I choose certain rules over others within the optional rules, or if you guys just are curious about anything, just as I've said 100 times before, just leave me a comment. I'm pretty good at getting back to people on YouTube, whether it's a comment on my own video or others. Sometimes I was inconsistent with that, and I apologize to those that I made wait before. But where I am starting up again and hoping to be posting videos more frequently, I should be on YouTube more often than not. I do have it on my phone now. I check it on my phone, so you should get an answer fairly quick. I can't see why you wouldn't. And if you guys want to share your own videos and stuff, I'm more than willing to come check out your guys's. You guys are willing to watch mine, I'm more than happy to watch your guys's. I watch plenty of different Pokemon tutorials, walkthroughs, playthroughs, top 10 lists. I watch plenty of videos, not just Pokemon, obviously, other types of video games and different subjects and things. But you know, you guys are watching mine, so it's only fair I watch yours. So if you just want to leave me a link, or a hey, you know, I have a walkthrough too, or a Nuzlocke challenge, tell me what you think, or you know, just watch it to enjoy it. You know, I'm more than happy to do that. Obviously, I do not subscribe to everyone. You know, just because, you know, if you guys have videos I like, obviously that's why I subscribe. But you know, I'm not going to subscribe just because you know, you ask. Normally it's, and that might sound mean, and I might lose subscribers over this, or people might send me hate comments or whatever. I don't know. I'm that's just the way I am, you know. I don't follow channels or Facebook groups or anything like that that I'm not interested in. If they don't post things that I like or I find amusing or whatever, then I'm not going to obviously watch or follow it. So anyways, that's just my spiel on that, guys. Obviously, once again, this is a grind time, and I'm just kind of trying to make it less boring. And you know, obviously I don't have much of a comment section yet, so I can't really go over anything. Not much else to really say so far. Hopefully this grind ends soon. I might speed up the process a little faster if my audio is a way shorter time. Then I can speed the video up. I might just zoom through it really quick. What I am trying to do though is get obviously Mankey and Pikachu up to a good, you know, level 12 or 13. That would be ideal, obviously, because I believe Brock has a 12 and a 14. Someone actually told me, not in the comment section, but did send me a message and told me that actually I was mistaken about that in my last video, or somehow they knew I had made that mistake, or just corrected me before I even said it just now. But they did tell me that Brock actually in yellow version has only a level 12 Onyx, not a 14. So we're gonna find out if he's correct or not. I mean, I can't see why he wouldn't be. I thought it was 12 and 14, but once again, I have not played these games in a long time, and perhaps they did change it. They changed other things in yellow. Maybe they did change certain trainer levels and gym leader levels and the like. So alright guys, well that's gonna be the grind for the day. Obviously I got kind of screwed over there by a level 8 Pidgey I didn't even know I could find. Once again, I am in Viridian Forest simply because Metapods give me a better experience than some of the guys outside of there. There's not really a whole lot of choice, and plus in Pokemon Yellow you do have a very low chance of running into a Pidgeotto, which would give a tremendous amount of experience for this early in the game, which I've been unfortunate not to run into one for that reason. But right now I'm level 12 and level 11. I'm trying to get them both to about the 12-13 mark before I go fight Brock. I do have a trainer to deal with as well, and I want to try to save Mankey up and use as few potions as possible. So anyways, that'll be it for this video, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.